Hello everybody. I guess we can just start a little bit early today. 1 minute on the timer and we don't have to wait. Koshik, what happened? Today is your bad day? And let's do a sound check. I hope everybody can hear me well. Just let me know if the sound is okay. You can't see me on the ramp. Okay, Moto, let's take a look. I'm gonna go up. I see Megazen and Captain right there. Okay, the sound is good. What about the sim sound, Graham? Is it like too much? Just about okay? I just want to make sure the simulator is not overpowered in terms of sound and doesn't affect how you guys can hear me. Alright, let's roll around and see. Megazen and Captain is there in a 747 British Airways livery, as far as I can tell, but I'm not sure if that's the one you're using, Megazen. Yep, nice to fly with you guys again. I was looking forward to this day. It's been a while, since week, in fact, since the 2 weeks since the last stream. Oh, it's KLM. Well, I see you as British Airways. Maybe it will change to KLM when we are on the road. I don't know. Microsoft Flight Simulator is still not good at model matching. But yeah, there we are. I am at gate 27. Unfortunately, this is not a heavy aircraft gate, so therefore I won't be able to connect the jetway. It doesn't let me to do that. Oh, we have a new subscriber. Murat Akkaya from Turkey, I guess. That's a Turkish name. And my brother was here a second ago. He just sent a message saying, "Hi bro, have a nice flight." His name is Ahmet, so he is my brother in real, like for real. He is now in Turkey, enjoying his evening, I believe. Koshik, I haven't set up anything. I'm just looking around and giving people some time to spawn at the gates. But I'm gonna jump into the aircraft and start programming the FMC and everything else here in a little bit. I am still seeing some render lag. Not sure why, so you guys let me know if it's not that smooth on your end, because I adjusted everything, the bitrate and all that, so I am not sure what's going on, because the OBS is warning me about skipped frames. 1% of the frames were skipped due to render or encoding lag. Oh yeah, sure, Megazen and Captain. Yeah, we'll just talk about the aircraft and programming the FMC. And I am using the development version, so just for you guys to know, I'm taking a risk here using the development version of the Salty 747 mod because it has VNav, and we will see how well it works. Oh yeah, he is still here, so he is my brother. Ahmet, how are the kids and everything in Turkey? Alright, I am going to jump into the cockpit here now. It is a little bit silent. Alright, so let's start with turning on the power, right? Shall we? For that, we'll probably need to connect the ground power unit. No, not gamer Kopan. It's Ahmet San Megazenin right there above your message. He is my brother in real life. So he decided to join today. Let's connect the power. Ground power should be, yep, driving up to the aircraft now. Yeah, he's working as an anesthesia technician in Turkey, so I think he was available today. He usually doesn't have a set schedule, so sometimes he works Sundays, sometimes he works Saturdays, but today I think he was available, so he's here. I am happy. Anyway, that's the ground card coming up. Let's go and start powering the aircraft, shall we? So standby power to auto. If you don't select this, when you start the APU, you will not see nothing, and the plane will go dark when you try to switch to the APU generators. So Mega Zen Captain, that's for you. Standby power needs to be at auto. Battery to on. And as you see here, we have external power available, so we turn on the external power. There we go. We will give us some nice lighting here and increase the lights around the glare sheet. All family doing good? That's good to hear, brother. That's good to hear. We'll turn the IRS switches to nav so that the GPS system can start aligning. And we'll turn the nav lights to on to state that we have power to the aircraft so that the ground crews know. Alright, so yep, nav lights are on. I think we can turn the logo light on as well because it's kind of dark outside. And then we will increase the lights over here. Let's get some floodlights going, panel lighting. There are two switches down here that adjust the brightness of these eCam screens, so if you end up having darker screens, this is how you brighten them up. You will join from STN. Koshik, I'm not sure what you meant with STN. Modo 45, any tips? I mean, if you can follow along, I think that you can't go wrong with setting this aircraft up. Let's give some lighting to the co-pilot as well. And let me jump down to the FMC. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, Koshik, no problems. We'll go to the init, position initialization, Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot is where we are. We are currently 8 gate 27, that's there. And let's plug in this GPS coordinates to the IRS position so that set heading. We can set the heading, the runway heading for 27, I believe. Well, we don't have to. We will leave this alone. We can, for our current position, we can set the heading, and our current heading, I believe, should be visible. Yeah, looks like 259. 259er is our current heading, so we can plug that in there too. There you go. Alright, so let's check the next pages. All looks good here. Those are the GPS coordinates and the position information. Modo 45, interestingly, our flight level for today's flight is going to be flight level 400. 40,000 feet. We are flying high today. Alright, so all looks good. Let's go to the route page, and for this I'm gonna import it directly from SimBrief. I can program it myself, but that will save us a lot of time if we do it this way. But let me know if you guys want to see the actual planning phase of the FMC, and if you want to do it manually, then importing from SimBrief. This is the easiest way and fastest way to get up in the air before it's too late and spending too much time on the ground. And that's what I'm planning to do, but you guys let me know here in a second. Otherwise I'm gonna press that button and load the SimBrief flight plan. I posted the route, but I made some last minute changes for our arrival. Would be nice to see how it's done, for sure, Captain Megazenon, for sure. So then let's just start doing it. Origin, Echo Golf, Papa Foxtrot. That's the origin airport. Destination is Bravo, India, Kilo, Romeo. Oops, wrong. Romeo, Kilo. That's Reyjavik in Iceland. So that is origin and destination. From here, what we need to do is, let me open my operational flight plan. We'll go to the next page. Alright, and then we will start entering them here. Left side always takes the airways, right side always takes the waypoints. If you have a direct, you just plug it in here, don't worry about the airway, which our first one is going to be LOMON, Lima, Oscar, Mike, Oscar, November. Plug that in here, and that is this one right here, North 56. We'll select that one first. Our second one is a direct to STN, where Koshik will be joining us. So type STN and enter it here directly. Select the coordinate, and then it should say direct over here. Alright. And we don't have any airways today, interestingly enough, so all waypoints are going to be direct. Next one is RATSU, Romeo Alpha Tango Sierra Uniform. That is there. And then Victor Mike is the next one, which is also a direct. And that is this one, I believe, right there. And that's it. These are all the waypoints that we need to enter. And if you had an airway, you plug the airway, you type the airway number like Yankee 628 and plug it in here, and then you enter the waypoint or the exit point from that airway. Okay, we'll activate this, go to the departure arrivals page. We will be departing from runway 23 via the LOMO 3 Alpha departure. Let's execute that, and if we go to the legs now, or route, and next page, we should now see via LOMO 3 Alpha to LOMON, and then direct to LOMON. So this is an extra. To avoid this, you have to do this departure first and then start entering the waypoints. Okay, so this creates an issue there, and if you check the legs page, it is looking okay, but the route page is not. So we can try to see if we can delete this, and that is in the way, the speed brake lever. Let's see here. Can we? Yes. Does it change anything? No. Okay, so make sure you select your departure before entering your first waypoint. That is creating a duplication here in this aircraft, which it shouldn't, but this might be a bug or something, so I'm just giving you a heads up of that. Okay, so that's our departure and route programmed. What we need to do from this point on is the performance initialization. For that, we'll just plug in our cruise level, flight level is 400 to here. Cost index of this flight is looking like it's 2.5. Let's plug it in there. The block fuel we are going to need is 23.4, almost 5 tons. So let's just enter that, 23.443. That is there. And you can also do this by sending this request, and then it will load it per your flight plan, okay, and you can accept it. Alright, so that's the performance initialization done. Now we need to select our thrust limiters. we are going to do a 10% derated takeoff, okay? And then to calculate the takeoff speeds, we will take off with flaps 10. And we will select the V-speeds will be calculated after selecting the flaps. So that's the V-speeds. V rotate is 153 knots. All looking good. Let's check for any discontinuities. We don't have any. And we will worry about the arrival when we are up in the air. So that is very simple in this aircraft. You cannot see anyone. Modo 45. Let me just jump outside real quick and see if we can locate you. Megazenin is still there. Popcorn chicken is there. And that's all I can see around here. So I'm not sure. Let me check the server. We must be using the USA East. Yes, we are using USA East. It's close to CRJ 700. Yes, they are pretty much using the same or similar avionics units, Megazenin Captain, so the programming is, yeah, pretty much the same. We'll turn the flight director on. We need to get our weather information. So for that, we'll go to the progress or menu, which is right here. And okay. Let me find the, where's our performance page? Alright, takeoff, approach, nav data, position, perf, no, not there. This has a METAR uplink through ACAR's system. Well, I am at gate 27, Koshik, and it's gonna be another 10 minutes before we start the pushback, I believe. Alright. Salty. Well, we cannot get into that menu for some reason. We can just have a co-pilot. I forgot about it. Okay, so there you go. We have our co-pilot now in the cockpit. Alright, so let's just find the METAR information. It was under here, but position report, no. Position reference, no. It doesn't do anything. So ATC index, no. I'm still trying to get there. It was somewhere here. Is it under init perf? Nope. Init FMC. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, found it. Init FMC communications pre-flight. We can enter these information here. Departure, arrival, ETAs. I'm not going to worry about that. We can plug in our alternate airport as well, which is, I believe, Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot. Departure time, it's 16:17 Zulu, so we can say departure time is 16:30 Zulu. And that gives us an ETA of probably 18:45 ETA. Company is British Airways, BWA. Oh, I'm sorry, BAW. Bravo Alpha Whiskey. And we'll go to the requests. Weather. Request METAR. That's what I was looking for. We can also listen to ATIS through ATC, which we are not using. Yeah, Koshik, we'll see if you will. Received messages, METAR. Okay. So the QNH is 1002, and that's all I need. At this point, let's set the QNH, switch to hectopascals, and set it to 1002. What are you talking about? We don't have anything set for minimums. Let's set our cruising altitude of 40,000, and we will see if VNAV will follow the altitude restrictions. We have some restrictions on our SID, pretty much 6,000 absolute restriction, so we shouldn't be exceeding 6,000 feet on our departure until a certain waypoint, and it should be displayed here under the legs page. As you see, LOMON 6,000, and then from there we can continue climbing, and the aircraft should respect those if VNAV is working properly. How do you turn on the name tags? Okay, Moto 45, you go to General Options, Traffic, and Show Traffic Nameplates to on. That will turn on the name tags. Alright, speed, we will control this ourselves because I tested the dev version. For some reason it's setting 264 knots below 10,000, which is not correct. Koshik, I'll do my best to wait for you, but I'm not sure if you will be able to set up your aircraft and everything before we push back. Alright, so let's see here. I think that is the autopilot panel or MCP panel configured right now. We'll turn the LNAV and VNAV on, and we'll arm the auto throttle when we are ready to taxi. Okay, and we are pretty much ready. Oh, that's interesting, Moto. So, well, just for you to know, I can't see you either. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here, or it's the server lag again that's causing these problems, but I don't see you around here. Oh, hold on. You are the popcorn, right? Yeah, your gamer tag is different. C25C. Yep, that's you. I see you. Yep, that's you, but it's not a CJ citation. Oh my gosh, Mega Zenin Captain, you did it again. Thank you very much for the 100 Norwegian crowns. I appreciate it a lot. My generous friend, thank you very much. Yeah, I should be the one thanking, so thank you very much. So everything is set up now, guys. We are ready for pushback and engine start, but first we need to start our APU. So let's do that. And yes, Treedweaven, I do fly on VATSIM. I haven't done a live stream on VATSIM though, but yeah, I do fly on VATSIM time to time. Let's turn the seatbelt signs on. Let's program our transponder code and turn it to standby for now. Maybe, Moto 45, maybe, because we can see you. Okay, the APU is firing up and it says APU running. So I don't know how realistic it is in the 747, because the APU takes a while to spool and start, but it becomes available instantaneously in the 737. Okay, we will switch to APU power. Alright, and then we'll tell the ground crew to remove the ground power. Alright, so power can now go away. There we go. One thing I have to check is my controller settings to make sure I am using 747, because otherwise we won't be able to do anything. Yep, okay, that's good. We are ready to start the engines and pushback, guys. And for our pushback route, let me just bring up the map and show you our taxi route. That's us right there. We'll push the tail to the left, take this taxiway. Alright, go around here, take all the way to here, and then probably take this one, or maybe I end up taking this one to have a little bit of more runway for this heavy bird to take off from this runway. Okay, so that's the taxi route, and the markings should show. Let me check the taxi markings. So we are going to take Mike, and then Golf, and then Alpha, and then I believe Alpha something into the runway. I can't see that information right now. I have to pull up the chart. I'm just looking through Volanta. LLL 133. You stop playing MSFS after the game continuously blacking out your screens in the cockpit during flight, waiting for a patch to fix it. It might be a livery problem. It might be a livery problem. Let me see, what is this? So let's just show that. Yeah, no problems there. Okay, so that's the taxi route, and we are ready for our pushback, guys. Is everyone ready? Because I'm about to start the pushback. Let's just call the tug and ask him to connect. He is driving up now, and I don't know if we should push to the left. We will end up in that building, so it might be better to push us to the right and take the aircraft there with the help of the tug, because I don't think this will fit there. It's a very big aircraft, so we might crash into the building. Okay, brother, take care, say hi to the family. Thank you very much for joining for a little bit. Okay, we will not push to the left, we will push to the right, because I don't want to end up in that building. Okay, we can go straight and then try to turn her ourselves. That is also an option. We will see, but we might just do a slight angle to here and then start the engines and keep rolling. I think that's the best thing we can do, other than trying to ask the tug to push us all the way to that taxiway. That's what we will do, okay? And I have to be careful, so therefore I will do the pushback and then we will start the engines, okay? Let's go down to the transponder and we will turn that on when we are ready to taxi. But before I forget, let's turn the beacon on. Alright, and that's it. We will kill the parking brake, which is right here. That's there, and then we will start the pushback. And I have to keep an eye on where we are going, like so. Alright, as much as I can see. And we left the gate, so let's just do a left turn slightly, and you'll see what I'm saying, okay? We can't just go too much. We have to go straight and then stop somewhere there, because I don't want to end up in that building. That's very close, and that's good enough for now. We'll disconnect the tug, set the parking brake, and start our engines when we are sitting here. Okay, the tug is now leaving us. And let's start with engine number 4. That's the engine we need to start with in Boeing 747. We'll pull this starter switch, look down, and our co-pilot doesn't do anything. She's just chilling there. Oh, Xbox Series X. Okay, so that I don't know about Xbox. I don't have the sim. So we are reaching 1.9. We'll add the fuel and then look and see if the engine is starting. There you see engines pulling. That's engine number 4. And when you start, you need to turn the engine bleeds on, which is right here. I'm waiting for this starter switch to turn off. Yep, keep going until you hear a crunch and waste the tail of the aircraft, right? Moto 45. Okay, we can turn the bleed on and we can continue with engine number 1. I think the startup sequence in 747 is 4, 1, 2, 3. That's what I know. It might not be correct, but that's how I learned it. So Engine number 1 is also spooling, which we can see here. Alright, so 1.6, 1.7, 1.92. We can immediately go and start engine number 2, because you can start 2 engines at a time in this aircraft, which is great. So we will start engine number 2 and waiting for starter switch to turn off so that we can turn the bleeds on. Alright, that engine is reaching 1.9. Let's add the fuel. Started switch, I heard it's off now. Bleed, engine bleed for engine 1 is on. And while we are waiting here, let's turn the anti-ice systems to auto. And let's turn the taxi lights on. We will worry about the strobe later. Okay, engine 2 is almost there. Yep, engine bleed 2 is now on, and last engine will start is engine number 3. Alright, it's now spooling. We can also now turn the transponder to altitude reporting. And that's what I'm watching. 1.2, 3, 4. At 1.9 we will add the fuel. We did, and then we should see heat blur, and we have a good engine start for all 4 engines, guys. Just waiting for the starter switch to turn off, and then we will turn the bleed on, and we will be ready to be on our way. Luckily this time we are not having so many issues about the render lag and everything, so that's a good sign. There we go, the switch is off. Let's turn the bleed on. Let's check the overhead for anything that we might have forgotten to do. What looks like everything looks okay. Yep. We'll turn the APU off. We have engine power, and then bleeds are on. Everything else looks good. It's kind of cold, so we can a little bit... Oh, we'll just leave it at auto for the passengers to have a warm cockpit. And speed brakes are armed. Auto brakes to RTO for takeoff. And we are ready to roll. And get ourselves to the runway. So we'll set the flaps to on while we are here. We are flaps to 10, and then we'll turn the auto. We'll arm the auto throttle. All right. Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me a sec. You're ready, and you'll join the takeoff and climb, Captain Megazenon. That's cool. We are ready to roll. Let's kill the parking brake and let's get going, guys. Parking brake is off, and we'll just start by adding some throttle so that she can get moving, and then we will start turning right away because we need to get on the taxiway slowly but surely. All right, all looks great. There we go. Okay, I think this wasn't too bad. When we think about how the pushback was and how cramped that area of the terminal, I should have parked right here and easily pushed the tail back. The auto throttle is here, AT arm, Megazenon Captain, right, that one over there. That is the auto throttle. Yep, she is slow, she is big and fat, we know that for sure. But no problems, we are on our way. Alright, let's get on the taxiway slowly. No problem, Megazenon, no problem. And we will take this right turn, passing through Modo 45. Unfortunately, but it's okay. We'll turn right here Alright. And we follow this taxiway all the way into the runway, which is right there. So Koshik is right there. He is waiting in an Airbus A320 for us. We'll cut the power a little bit so that we don't speed too much, because when you pass 15 knots ground speed, it becomes harder to make the turns in this aircraft. And this is a small airport, so I don't think it's made for heavy aircraft like 747s or A380s. Oh, there you go. Modo 45 is passing through us again. So we'll turn around in here. You see how small this taxiway is? Take a look. We are just barely fitting on the taxiway. Just barely. Look how big she is. Alright, that's not an active runway, but we are passing through a threshold for runway 27. I believe this is 27. Yep. So momentarily we'll turn the strobes on. And we can turn the runway turn-off lights on until we pass this dashed, or not dashed. Okay, all goes back to off. And we'll turn around here, and we are almost there. So this is the first exit into runway, but I'm gonna take the second one to have a little bit more runway to take off from the ground with this aircraft. So I'd like to have the most available runway that I potentially can have, so that the takeoff will not be an issue. Alright, coming up to the runway. All looking good on this end. So 25 knots ground speed. We'll slow down a little bit. It's too much to make the turns. So around 15 knots I find is the sweet spot for this aircraft. So we are approaching an active runway. So let's go turn the runway turn-off lights on. Strobe to on. And usually you turn the landing lights on when you have takeoff clearance, but I'm gonna turn them on right now because we are not using the ATC. Alright, let's just fix the wheel and keep her turning. We need to add some power because she's gonna stop if we don't. Alright, so let's line up nicely. Hopefully she will keep going before she comes to a full stop and lines up with the runway. Okay, looks like no problems there. There we go. We are ready. Runway 23. Everybody ready? Let's do a final check. That's set. That's set. We know LNAV is turned on. Speed, we are going to control it ourselves and do selected speed because it's not doing its job. QNH is set. We'll just turn this to barometric. We'll increase the range a little bit to see a little bit better. 5 miles, 10 miles is good. And we are ready to roll. You go ahead, Modo 45. I'll follow you on takeoff. Let's see your takeoff, and then I will start my takeoff run. That is Modo 45 about to take off from runway 23, and I'm next. Anyone else waiting behind us? Megazen and Captain is right behind us. So let's keep going. Let's increase the power. Let the engine stabilize around 50%, 45-50%. Let go of the brakes and let's go toga power. Forward pressure on the stick to keep the nose on the ground. Airspeed is live. Let's maintain the center line as much as we can. Okay, 100 knots. Let go of the pressure. V1 and rotate. Alright, just a little bit off to the side, but it is okay. Positive rate of climb, gear is coming up, and we'll start retracting the flaps and hand flying for a little bit, and then we will manage the rest. Alright, flaps 1, and finally we are going flaps up. Very good. And just to focus on the chat, I'm gonna engage the autopilot a little bit prematurely. I usually like to fly by hand up to 10,000, but I wanna take a look at the chat and focus on you guys a little bit. So, and we'll test the autopilot and how everything is controlled. Are we going to stop at 6,000? And as you see, it's setting the speed to 262, so we are going to go back to open speed and do full 250. And let's take a look. Oh, the weather is a little bit soupy here. Yeah, you are a fast boy. Megazenin is right behind us. Everything is good. Yep. All good. Passing 4,500. I think transition altitude was 5,000, so we'll switch to standard barometric pressure at 5,000, which we just passed. And the aircraft should stop at 6,000 and do not climb. So it looks like it is trying to stop and respect that restriction. Looks like it. Not on spot, but VNAV is doing its job. And we'll increase the range to see a little bit better where we are. That's us right there. And trying to get back on track. Looks like, yeah, we're good on the LNAV side, VNAV side, because we are just respecting 6,000 until we reach LOMON. So that's a good sign that VNAV is working. We can now disarm the speed brakes because we don't need that anymore. And see how the throttle is moving and auto throttle is trying to control. That is to me too much movement. It shouldn't be like this to maintain 6,000 at 250 knots. So that means it still needs a little bit work. Oh yeah, CJ4. Citation CJ4 has one of the best VNAVs. Working title team worked hard on that VNAV. Let's see how everything is looking on the passenger end. Oh, gotta love that wing flex. You have to, yeah, look at that wing flexing. That's the one thing that I would like to see in the CJ4 auto throttle, but unfortunately it doesn't. Longitude has it, but it's not as great as the CJ4. So as you see, we started climbing after clearing that 6,000 restriction, which is a good sign, and we are reaching 10,000. So we'll turn off the landing lights and everything, and we can also go ahead and turn off the taxi lights. We don't have the gear down anymore. Runway turn off lights as well. And passing 10,000, we'll just turn off the landing lights. 9,400. It's a little bit bumpy ride right now, coming up to 10,000. And so far so good, guys. So far so good. Okay, landing lights to off. And then now the aircraft can control the speed. We'll press to the speed button, it will go blank, and then that means it's now managed speed. Autopilot is going to control the speed from now on until we reach 40,000. We have a strong wind coming from the tail side, 39 knots. That's probably why we are seeing this turbulence. But all in all, yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's see if we can turn these pages off, because we don't need this no more. That screen can go off. It will save us a couple frames. Yep. We'll keep it at the fuel page and turn it off for now. And I'll take a look at outside and try to locate you guys after resetting the camera. Okay, there I am. It's quite cloudy, so I'm not sure if I will be able to see you guys, but we are about to get out of the clouds. Which then we should be able to see each other here in a little bit when we climb a little bit more. But for now, let's stick... Oh, icing. Icing. You see that? Let's see the anti-ice systems. They are on. That should be... Well, it should be taken care of. Do we see anything like a message here? No, seatbelt signs, we turn them off now. Let's check the airframe and make sure. Yep, airframe is looking clean, so that means the anti-ice system is working and doing its job. Although the windows are getting a little bit, icy. See the window wing, window heat, because we haven't turned the window heat on. So now the ice should clear up, because we have now window heat turned on, and as you see, ice is slowly melting and going away. And yay, above the clouds. Look at that. Not sure why my clouds are looking pixelated. Well, interesting. Alright, everybody is back there. You guys are doing great. And we are climbing and passing 15,000. She is not a fast climber, let me tell you that. She doesn't climb that fast. So you guys probably can climb faster than I can. See, we are doing like 1500 to... So why are you stopping the climb? And this I'm not sure, like that fluctuation between climb and idle and level off, climb again. Not sure what's going on there. Is that the trim? I don't know. What is my speed? Right now 339 Moto 45. Okay, so I'm not sure, Megazenin Captain. Did we have a restriction? I don't think we do. Nope, no restrictions, but she stops climbing. So while we are here, let's just do the arrival, shall we? So arrival into, we'll do an ILS 19er Zulu, and our arrival is Victor Mike 1 November. Alright, that is the change that I made at the last minute to the flight plan, and this looks like a better arrival for us. And our transition is going to be Kusur, and we'll execute this. Immediately go and check the lag pages, because as you see we have a discontinuity here, which we will then delete and clear. Execute. Make sure all the waypoints are good. Not really. We have another discontinuity here that we need to clean up. And then we have vectors to missed approach, which is okay. And yep, we cannot delete that last one. Let's execute this. See the legs page one more time. Yep, all looking good. And we are above the clouds finally. Passing 19,000, and I don't know why she is just doing this fluctuation. Okay, so yeah, as you see, she is just doing nose down, nose up, nose down, nose up. That means this VNAV profile or the code needs some polishing. So it's scary. The star is Victor Mike 1 November. Moto 45, Victor Mike 1 November, and I don't like the way she jumps around right now, but we have a very strong tailwind, so that might be the reason. Let's increase the range and see a little bit further ahead. Yep. Oh my gosh, this is like too much jumpiness. I want to see this from outside, how she is doing. Yeah, from outside, look at that. She's just nose up and then nose down and then nose up. Well, I might switch to the vertical speed mode, guys. I might do the VS mode and then do a steady 1500, 1600 climb rate. Maybe a little bit high. And we will reach to our cruising altitude a little bit more steadily by doing this. VNAV is too jumpy, but I'm not sure if that's because of VNAV or the turbulence and this high strong wind we are getting from the tail, like 62, 61 knots of tailwind. Yeah, but looks like she is now climbing steadily, which is a good sign. And I believe by looking to the power setting, we can probably go to 2000. Yep, we'll keep the speed at 340 and climb like that. Cruise at 40,000 feet, flight level 400, Koshik. Okay, so when we reach cruise, I am thinking about the question. So one question at cruise, one question at top of descent for our next trip or world tour flight from Iceland to where? And what aircraft, okay? So we'll see who will be the lucky winner for today's question and trivia. That will decide what aircraft we will be using in the next stream and where we are going. Let me just take a look at the chat and see. Alright, so that looks okay, we're good. Make sure this thing is updated. Yep, it is updated, so the stream tags and the labels are okay. Passing 26,000. And we will see if we can switch to max speed from indicated airspeed. And I wonder if there is anything that we forgot about VNAV, because there is a VNAV page here. Oh, see that, guys? We should have done this. Alright? Which we cannot change. And maybe override by this. And transition altitude is going to be 5,000 for our arrival, which we cannot select for some odd reason. So I don't know if this can be changed. But descent, that looks okay. Yep. There is a lot of information here, but most of that information is not usable at this point, at this state, I believe. But we have a 77,000 or below and 5,000 above restriction on our arrival. Yep. Oh, maybe that's the weather, Modo 45, if you are going up and down too. Maybe that's the weather that's causing this problem. Let's switch to max speed and bring it down a little bit to Mach 8.2 to climb a little bit faster to 40,000 feet, because I feel like it's gonna take forever if we don't. Yep, and this movement of the auto throttle was my concern. Now switching out of VNAV seems to fix it. We can try to go back. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but hey, let's try. So we go back to VNAV, and then the aircraft will start speeding up because of the VNAV speed, and it will start climbing after reaching that speed. Hopefully this time a little bit better. We'll see. We are just testing that part as well. It's too bright outside. I don't know if they fixed this overexposure with the patch, but I feel like this is still too bright. The citation, yes, it climbs a little bit slow when you pass a certain altitude, but for that I think you can go a little bit more than climb power and add more thrust, which will increase your climb rate and will help you get there a little bit faster. But looks like we are just not climbing at all, but we started to climb now. Okay, let's see how VNAV will do this time. And let me jump outside and see where you guys are at. Okay, everybody's back there looking nice. And hey, look at that cloud view. She looks gorgeous. I wish Microsoft did a better job with this aircraft, because I like this this aircraft, but well, you know, it has its own problems. Okay, looks like VNAV is now steady and climbing as expected, so we'll keep VNAV. And we will just look at the question when we are at the cruise, okay? Okay. I'm just trying to look up some questions. And I'm thinking about asking a question about the aircraft we are flying. And whoever answers first will get to decide the next one. I am so angry that I needed to work today under the stream. Ugh, you are working from home, Megazenin? My last week at work was crazy. Like, my Friday was a 12-hour shift. I had some meetings for third shift. I was at work 5 a.m. in the morning and I couldn't get out until 5 p.m. in the afternoon. This is the last month of the fiscal year, and we are trying to close the budget and meet the budget and everything, and there are a lot of things going on at work. Oh, you're driving a bus. Interesting. I didn't know that. Is it like a city bus that you drive? Yeah, I'm working for a oh, you need to pick up some people in Trondheim. Oh, that airport was magnificent. That airport was beautiful. I'm working for a Danish company. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, reminds me the bus simulator that came out recently, Captain Megazenon. Did you ever see that game, Bus Simulator? They modeled the entire Germany, I believe, and you just drive a bus, stop, charge people money, take them to wherever they are going. Okay, almost at our cruise level. Almost. Just a little bit more to go, but she's very slow at climbing right now. And still just nose up, nose down. Oh, is it bad? Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I just saw some videos. I don't know if you guys know Clumsy. He's one of the YouTubers that I follow because he does American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, sometimes flight simulation and anything simulation pretty much. So it was on his channel. Do I have a vapor pan? Modo 45, what is a vapor pan? Oh, you're at cruise? Oh, wow. Yep, looks like you guys are above me. You climbed faster, I guess. But looks like all in all, VNAV is doing great. So let's go down and see what we can do to do the performance. Can we do the performance for approach? Let's see. Flaps and speed. So we will probably do full flaps landing, flaps 30, and it's suggesting 161 knots, which we will use at flaps 30. We'll plug it in there. QNH, I don't know if we can still do this, but QNH at our destination was, can't remember. Let's try to plug in something and we can change it later, because it's not accepting that yet. So if any of you guys know how to plug this in, and it didn't take that as well, and I think it's still backwards, 161, 30 flaps, nope, it's not taking it. 30 flaps, 161, let's try to, yep, now it took it. I cannot program. Ah, I see now. Yeah, no, I have the window open. But no, I don't have a vapor pan. She's cruising at 270 knots right now, or Mach 8.7, 8.8. That's the cruise speed of this aircraft, so you should be able to catch up to us, Modo 45. So yeah, I was wondering why I cannot enter the QNH for landing. It's not taking it. So I'm not sure. And in flight position report, we can get a position report from here, or we can go back, requests, we can request another METAR and see the QNH and see if we can plug that in. So the QNH at our destination is 0989er. But for some reason, oops, I cannot type it in, or it doesn't take it. It should be entered here, but it's not taking anywhere. So I'm not sure. None of these things work, so we will just maybe leave it like that. And don't worry about it. And this should show us the top of descent. It is showing, but I don't know if that's accurate. To me, that's a little bit too close, but we will see. We will follow what VNAV says, because we are also testing that as well. Alright, we are currently at cruise, guys. Are you guys ready for a question? I found a very interesting question about the 747. So let me type that. So the question is ready. I'm going to send it if you guys are ready too, but I'm going to read it first like I did last time. Okay, and this is about the aircraft, so I think... Oh, let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking let's just decide the aircraft first and then the destination after that. What you guys think? Aircraft first, destination next, so that we know what aircraft we will be flying and we can make a more informed decision on the destination. At least that person who answers the question can make a more informed decision. That's what I'm thinking, if you guys are okay with this. And that's why I'm asking a question about the 747, an aircraft question to decide what aircraft we are flying. CRJ 700 might be a good one, Megazen and Captain. I like that aircraft. Is everyone ready? I am about to read the question in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, here comes the question. How many switches are there in the cockpit of a 747? How many switches are there in the cockpit of a 747? That is the question. And let me show you guys, this is a very, very complicated cockpit. Okay? And our co-pilot is chilling there. So I'm asking how many switches you see here. So you can have a guess by just looking here. Megazenin Captain says 1000. It's less than that. Let me give you guys a hint. It's less than a 1000. 123, it's more than that, Modo 45. Nope, not 920, Captain Megazenin. Keep going, keep going. It's less than that, it's less than 800. Modo 45 says 420. It's less than 420, so you guys are getting close though. $390. Less than that. $356. More than that. You are getting close, very close. So between $356 and $390, okay? $380. Nope. $376, no. $385, $363, Modo 45, very close, very close. $365, Megazenin Captain, you got it. There is a switch for each day of the year. 365 switches in the cockpit of a 747. You got it. Good job, good job. Wow. Yep, Megazenin Captain will decide what aircraft we will be flying next time. Finally, yes, right? Okay. Very quick decision, CRJ 700. 365 switches in the cockpit, isn't that crazy? And a pilot needs to know all of them and what they are doing. That to me is crazy. Like knowing each and every switch and what they do in the cockpit. There's literally one switch per day, and if you learn one, it takes a year to learn what all switches do. It's crazy. Alright, CRJ 700 it is that we are going to fly. Next question will be about our destination. And in the meantime, we can do this, guys, like we did last time. We can go through some questions just for the fun, and just make a little trivia of ourselves. And I can keep asking some questions about 747. I'll switch back and ask questions about Iceland. What you guys say? You need to go? Okay. Well, I guess you were lucky this time, Captain Megazenon. Right before you had to leave, you got to win the contest about what we are flying next time. So that's great. Oh, it is possible, yes. And I haven't checked my schedule, but it might be a good way to do it at 2 p.m. next time instead of noon, so that I can have the morning to take care of the lawn, and I got some stuff to do at the yard to get it ready for winter next weekend. Yep, I am available too, but I also try to finish the yard work for winter. Sure, Magazining Captain. 2 p.m. it is next time, okay? Oh, I see now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Koshik, I know it will be too late for you, but this time I think at least for once we need to favor what Megazenim Captain is asking us, okay? And that will give me enough time to mow the lawn and winterize, because that's what I'm planning to do next week. I try to spend the Saturdays with my family and Sundays for the yard work, okay? Oh no, I'm just happy to be happy that I can fly with you guys at least once a week. It's awesome. I like it a lot. Thank you very much, Megazenin Captain. See you next time as well. Take care. Koshik, let me see if I can see you. Are you in the front? Well, I cannot see you. Yep, we cannot see you too. It might be server lag or something, but yeah, we can't see you. Oh, that view was awesome though. Let's take a screenshot, shall we? I forget kiss. Oh my gosh. Megazenin Captain. Thanks for that generosity, my friend. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Be safe out there when driving. There you go, now we see the... Yep, have a good day at work and be safe when driving that bus. The heading is 326, Koshik. 326, and the speed is 270 knots. Yep. Oh, isn't this aircraft beautiful, guys? Despite the fact that it has some problems, I still like, I don't know, it still makes me smile when I'm flying 747. Alright, you guys gonna go back to questions and just practice a little bit? Okay, next question. I'm going to type it. This is just for fun, okay? Yep. I understand, Moto 45, you can only do 240 knots, but when we land, I will wait for you guys, okay? Alright, so interesting question about 747 is coming, and I'm gonna read it first, as always. How many seconds it will take Usain Bolt to run from the tip to the tail of the 747? How many seconds it will take Usain Bolt to run from tip to the tail of the 747? $36? No. $747 is the length of the aircraft is 76.3 meters. Moto 45. It's 76 meters. And Usain Bolt can run 100 meters, I believe, at 9.63 seconds. 9.22 seconds. 100 meters. So he can run 100 meters in 9.22 seconds. It's 76 meters long. So just do the guess. A little bit more than 4, but yeah, you're close. Ah, Koshik, yeah, 7 seconds, you're right, that's the correct answer. He can run from the tip to the tail at 7 seconds. But to be fair, 747 can cover 100 meters in 0.36 seconds. So that's better than his time. Yep, it was 7 seconds. He can run from the tip to tail in 7 seconds. Yo, that's fast, yeah. But Boeing 747 can also cover 100 meters in 0.36 seconds. This is a fast aircraft. She is heavy, but she is fast. Alright, so there is an interesting question about Iceland, which I am planning to ask for the top of descent, which will be the one that we will decide where we are going next from Iceland. And I believe Iceland is like somewhat in the middle, that we can just cross the pond to United States maybe, or maybe not. I don't know if CRJ can fly from there to maybe Canada, Moto 45. Maybe we can make it to St. John's. Or or somewhere in Greenland, or I don't know. Oh, that question was just an extra for fun, Koshik. It was 7 seconds. You answered it correctly, but yeah, this was not to decide the next destination. Yeah, let me just try to see the range, if I can. Range to St. John's. Should be somewhere here, isn't it? Let me look up the IKEA code. So that is CYYT, right? Let's see if a CRJ can go there. Oops. CYYT. I'm just trying to create a flight plan using SimBrief to see if CRJ can go there. Let's see. Airtime is 2 hours 28 minutes. And the distance is, we need 8,000 kilograms of fuel, which I think we can. Or, okay, we cannot. We need to stop for fuel. I don't think CRJ can take 8,000 kilograms of fuel. Yeah, we need to make a ETOPS. Or, hold on. CRJ 700 fuel capacity. Oh, well, we can. CRJ can take 9,000 kilograms of fuel, so that means we can fly from Iceland to St. John's in the CRJ. Yeah, Moto 45. If you answered the question correctly, maybe that's where we are going. And there is not too much competition here today. So yeah, we can. It's going to be maxed out in fuel. We'll probably max out the fuel and see where we go. But the CRJ can fly there. So interesting. And that might be an interesting flight too. From Reyjavik to St. John's in, I believe, Greenland, right? That's Greenland. It's just a tip, Newfoundland. And from there we can make our way into Quebec, Toronto, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Atlanta, Louisville, Dallas, and somewhere through South America. Interesting. Yep, it's Newfoundland, yep. Yeah, 3 hours 28 minutes is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. So that means if we decide to do that, next stream will be a little bit longer than this. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's an interesting fact. So I'm gonna read it. I was just looking up some information about the 747 by just Googling it, you know. And this is, I came across this. When Boeing created the original design, they assumed supersonic travel was going to be the standard, but that subsonic cargo planes would be future-proof. And that's why they designed the 747 to be converted into a cargo plane. And at the time they thought, yeah, the supersonic travel was going to be the standard in the future. Wow. Fredericton International CYFC. Yeah, that will be nice. My distance from the next waypoint, which is Victor Mike, is 290 miles Koshik. Yeah, that was interesting. This is designed to be converted to a cargo plane, which I believe they use for cargo hauling too. There are some companies, UPS and FedEx, who still operate 747s. If I'm not mistaken, there should be some still in service. Do I have RKC? Let's see. Not in front of me. No, I don't have an RKC in my flight plan, and the route is posted to the video description. So I made a change before the stream to change the runway, and that changed the star, but nothing more than that. Everything in between is still the same. Yeah, it's interesting. They probably thought about this. And looks like it's us only. Koshik, you, myself. I don't know who else is watching the stream, but I don't see anyone in YouTube screen, or YouTube is not giving me that information. So not sure. Yeah, interesting. This aircraft has been in service for how long? I don't know when first 747 started service. That might be a good question. Okay, let me see. Ah, I found it. So let me ask that question. I hope you are not too, Moto 45. I am 262 miles from Victor Mike. It looks like it's more than 30 years, but which airline did the first service with a 747? Do you guys know which airline was the one that first flew the 747? That airline is not around anymore. It's gone. But the first airline who flew the Boeing 747. If you are 50 miles behind, not too bad. By the time I land, it will be no problem for you to cover 50 miles and, you know, land. I will wait for you when I land. Anyone has a guess about the first airline to fly 747? TWA? No. It's an American airline. It doesn't exist anymore. They are not around. It was an American airline, yes, Model 45. They don't exist no more. They are not in business. Yeah, the first one that flew the 747 was Pan Am. Yep, Koshik, that was Pan Am. January 22nd, 1970. And their route was from New York to London. January 22nd, 1970 was the first flight in a 747. Which is interesting. So they flew from JFK to London. I think that's an historic flight, isn't it? The age of jumbo jets. That's when it started, I guess. Interesting. Can I show you my route? Well, yeah. I don't know if I can. I need to switch to probably my Navigraph window for you to see the route. And yeah, let's do that. The FMC has the... Oh, okay, you want to see the FMC? Yeah, okay. There is the FMC right there for you. Let me clear that if I can. Yeah, from there it's the runway. So that's the entire route. Alright, yeah, I got you. You should be able to see that now. Where are you, by the way? I see you, Modo 45, but you are the only one I see. I don't see Koshik around. "215 miles. I'm still not sure if the top of descent is going to be enough for us to descend on time, but we will see. And we will see if the aircraft would follow the restrictions on our star, because we have what we have a 7,000 or below and 5,000 or above, and the max speed of 240 knots restrictions on our star. So we will see. That starts right after VM. So we need to descend down to 7,000. That's a lot of altitude to lose in a short distance. So we will see what the aircraft will do, and if it will. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, because that top of descent calculation that we see here, I don't know if it will be enough for us to descend to 7,000 by GAC2. We need to be at below 7,000 here. And the altitude to intercept the localizer is what? 3,600. So that's what we will set. Oh no, 2,800. That's what we will set on the MCP panel. Okay, and then we will see how well the aircraft will maintain that. This is a test of this VNAV, which last time didn't work well or as expected. I'm still a little bit nervous that this might not be enough distance, but we are at a 320 mile range, so that might be actually enough. My distance from what? CY19Y? I don't have a CY19Y, Koshik. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So VM to GAC2 is 36, GAC2 to Kusura is another 36. So we need to descend. Oh, I think it'll be fine. Around 70 miles we need to lose 33,000 feet. Yeah, I don't have CY919 or Y. I don't have that waypoint. Oh, the weather is here now. It wasn't displayed before, so now I can see weather. Let's keep the weather here. And we probably will be able to see the terrain if that's the case when we get close and start our descent. Alright, so let's see how much time we got left. We need to be, so that's the UTC time. Is it showing? So we will be there at in 17 minutes we will be at VM. So, and then 7 minutes to GAC2 and 6 minutes to do our destination. So we are very close, looks like. We have half an hour left in this flight. Oh yeah, I mean I need to fly CJ4 again. It's been a while since I flew that aircraft. That's a very well towed and modded aircraft by the working title team. I think it's a good one. I like CRJ too, and looking forward to that PMDG 737. Have you guys heard about this new Airbus A320? I think it was Phoenix Simulations developing an Airbus A320. I have seen a couple videos about how deep they designed the systems, and it's insane. They are pretty much trying to copy the real thing and make it into the sim. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about landing, because the changelog says the auto throttle should disconnect at 25 feet above ground. So we'll see if I have to manually turn it off again, because otherwise the aircraft will keep going. It will not slow down for landing. You can't cut the throttle when this is on, and they say it should turn it off about 25 feet above ground level. Yep, I want to see more planes too. That Phoenix Simulations A320 is a good one. When it comes out, it will be a good one. I don't know when the fly-by-wire team will release the A380. That's something I'm looking forward to see. In the sim, PMDG 737 is another one. Dash 8, yeah, I would love to see a properly functioning Dash 8, not a um, Flight Simulator X port. And yeah, we need a decent turboprop because TBM is good with the improvement, but I'd like to see a good representation of a King Air 350. I like that aircraft, but the one in the sim is not good enough. I would love to see one. Dash 8 would be nice too. And I believe they have some Embraer jets freeware project going on too. And there's a Honda jet freeware project going on as well. A lot of things happening, but not sure when all will be ready to release. Yep, the King Air, even though I like the aircraft, flying it is not fun. I agree with you, Moto 45. It's I wish it was done better by the Asobo team. Okay, getting close to our top of descent. We still have a strong tailwind, crosswind-ish, 58 knots. And yeah. So in half an hour, probably we will be at our destination. Oh, really? Yeah, it's been like months since I flew the King Air. Yep, since and yeah. There are some decent GA aircraft already, but there is not a turboprop or a turboprop airliner like the Dash 8 or a Boeing variant of an airliner. A320 is what we have, and I like some variants in there as well. PMDG one will be a good one, but it will probably be an expensive one as well. Okay, looks like we are getting very close. Oh, not very close. In this screen it shows we are there, but that's 80-mile mark. So we are a little, I would say 100 miles away from our top of descent. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I need to go and try that C-152 with the steam gauges. I think that might be a fun to fly aircraft, especially VFR, around places and sightseeing. Yeah, looks like we are at around 100 miles or less. Distance to GM, VM, oh, that's 132 miles, Koshik. Ah, okay, that's good. I might have to try that one myself. That's a fun to fly aircraft, and it's very easy to fly, especially when you are hand flying. It's very easy, except the trimming. Trimming is always, I find, hard, regardless of what aircraft it is. The trim is, unless you have a dedicated trim wheel, it's not working for me. GP Logistics. Is it under flightsim.to, Moto 45? Do you know that mod? Can I download it from there? We will see what will happen at top of descent. Last time it was fine up until top of descent in that video I recorded, and then everything went crazy when I was descending. So we will see how that works out. And I'm not sure why we are not seeing the restrictions here. We should. If there is an altitude restriction, it should be listed here. I believe next to the altitude selector, right there, telling us that the aircraft will level off at that altitude to respect the restriction. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a try, that 152, and maybe just record a video with the steam gauge and how to do VOR navigation using the 152. That might be a good one. Yeah, I always had bad luck with the trim. Like, I like Diamond DA62, and I always had problems with trimming that aircraft. Same goes for the A320. When I try to trim, it's always nose up, nose down until I find the sweet spot. DC6, however, trims nicely. Yeah, I think my distance to destination is, well, it says 197. So you are probably ahead of us, Koshik. You are in front of us. Yep, I don't know. It's just that trim never worked for me. I don't know if there's a sensitivity setting for trim. Yeah, it might confuse the controllers if you are flying IFR in a Cessna 152. I need to get back on VATSIM. I haven't done a flight on VATSIM for a long time. It's fun, and I just missed the ATC functionality in the sim. I might give the in-game ATC another try to see if there's any improvements done, because it's been like maybe 6 months since I never touched the ATC, except that one time in a stream that Megazenin asked us to use the in-game ATC. Yeah, it will be nice to do a VOR to VOR in that 152, and that might be a good video to record as well, to explain the concept of radio navigation using VOR stations and not having a GPS on board. How does that feel? I like that with DC6 though. I mean, it's a fun aircraft to fly. Yeah, same here, Modo 45. I never do use the in-game ATC, but I miss to have an ATC. I like to have an ATC. Otherwise the flights are like, I don't know. I don't feel like they are complete without the ATC. I'm gonna start gradually decreasing the range. As the top of descent passes that 40 mark, we will go down to 40-mile range. Yeah, I'm gonna try the in-game ATC offline one more time, because I think the worst part that I'm not using it is the aircraft I use are always modded, and I don't plan my flights using the world map menu. When the ATC doesn't recognize my route and I cannot ask for IFR clearance, that's where I get frustrated and say, okay, how am I going to do this now, because they have no idea what route I will be flying. And it happened with 747. ATC didn't recognize my flight plan because I believe the FMC doesn't communicate. There is a setting in the FMC over here under, hold on, menu, salty, miscellaneous, flight plan sync, world map flight plan. I don't know if this makes any difference. I'm going to try to turn it on and restart the flight to apply. No thank you. And try it one more time to see if it will in fact do the same thing, and instead of copying the flight plan from world map menu, does it also carry it over to the simulator so that the ATC knows that I have a route and I'm flying IFR. Yeah, map might be something too, like planning it in the world map menu and just using it like that and using the ATC. That might be a good way. We might give it a try. And there is also this pilot to ATC external app, but I don't think it makes sense to pay $60 for an interface that's quite dated and a program that's just never been touched since the last 2 years. No new revisions are made. It's just on sale and the developer stopped developing the software. Doesn't have a modern interface. It just looks MS-DOS. Oh, okay, Falcon Lover XXX, welcome back. So you are also using the world map menu to plan your flights, and it's working well? Well, I might give it a try if that's the case. And maybe just use the in-game ATC one more time to see how it is going to work. But I'm not sure how am I going to be able to do it with, let's say, DC-6, where I'm not using a GPS flight plan. Can I also do, I believe I can also do VOR to VOR using the world map menu. I remember there is an option VOR to VOR in there, I believe. It might be something I can try next time I fly the DC-6. And maybe any other aircraft like the A320, which is heavily modded, and see if it will also accept a world map flight plan. And lets me use the ATC to test it again after maybe 6 months or so. Let's see, 40-mile range. There is the top of descent, 20-mile range. We are nearing. And when we reach this 10-mile mark, I'm gonna set the altitude and see how VNAV will do the descent. Do we need to program the performance though? For descent or for VNAV? Let's see. This is cruise, descent, speed, transition. I should be able to change that because the transition is not 10,000, it is 5,000. But for some reason I can't. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. If you guys know, let me know. But it should accept this, it is not. Do I have to write like 05000? Is that the formatting that's causing this? Because the transition is definitely not 10,000. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try, Falcon Lover. Thanks for the information, yeah. I would love to have ATC. I don't like to fly without an ATC. It just breaks the immersion, in my opinion. And that's why I need to get back on VATSIM with a real controller. Or when I'm not feeling like I'll be on VATSIM, I'd like to use the in-game ATC, but it wasn't working well enough back in the day. See, I cannot get that changed to, I don't know. It should be possible to change this, but it's not taking it. It's taking it here, but it's putting a 5,000 restriction, which we don't want. So let's see if we can delete this back, because I don't want that trial to mess up the flight. Yeah, I don't know if maybe this is just work in progress. It's not implemented yet. Yeah, I cannot set this up. I know you can set this up in the CJ4, but not the case for the Boeing. And I know it's the same code because they are working with working title team. Where is my top of descent? Did we pass the top of descent? Oh no! Hold on. I think I made a mistake there, guys. While speaking, we might have missed the top of descent. Yep, we did. Let's just start the descent. Ugh, too bad. But okay. Hopefully we will make it to that altitude restriction on time. I don't know how much I passed the top of descent. Not by too long. I'm pretty sure it's by at least 6 miles or something. We will manage this, we'll see. Now at least we know we are descending very rapidly. And hopefully... I think there was like VNAV path indication. Is that thing here? And I need to check my minimums for landing. So that our minimums for our aircraft is going to be 229. So let's set the minimums here. 229, we can say 290, I'm sorry. Oh, 230. Not 229, because that's not possible. We'll just round it up. And hopefully we will make it to the restriction on time. I'm slightly worried now because I missed the top of descent. But looks like we are descending very fast, so we should be back on VNAV path. Yeah, it looks like aircraft is trying to do its best to descend as fast as it can. And we might help with some speed brakes, shall we? Let's just do some speed brakes to help with the descent. There we go. Okay, now it's trying to get back on path, and when it's on the VNAV path, it should now correct itself. Let's just... Alright, now we are on the VNAV path. That's good. We were able to get back, I guess, with the applying some speed brakes. So that magenta arrow needs to be at the middle when we are on path. And that's where I'm trying to get. But looks like it is, interestingly, going off the VNAV path. So... Is that the right indication? That is... Alright, we'll leave it like this and see where we end up with. Oh, Sharik, welcome. Welcome and greetings to Qatar. How are you? It's 9 p.m. or 2100 in Qatar right now. That's crazy. It's 2 p.m. in the US. Okay, see that how that's jumping? You guys saw that? This arrow jumped there and jumped back down. So not sure. But we need to be on VNAV path, and looks like by the... If I look at the descent, I think we are. We are back on the VNAV, and it's now showing a hold. So not sure what that's supposed to mean. Germany, it's 8 p.m. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, alright, we keep descending, and we need to be below 7,000 at Gaktu in 33 miles. So, and that hold, I believe, is saying that we are going to hold an altitude or something. We will see. We will see. Yeah, I hope this works 50% good as the CJ4. I'm just trying to monitor the distance and the altitude, because we still have like 20,000 feet to lose in 28 miles, and descent rate, I don't think we'll be able to make it. I might go back and apply some speed brakes to increase the descent rate. Yeah, I need to be I need to think about that, Sharik. I'm trying to align the time with everybody's time zone, but sometimes it's hard. Okay, I'm applying some speed brakes to increase the rate of descent. So it is now capturing the VNAV path, or hopefully it will. Alright, seems like now it is working. That arrow is moving upwards, which will tell us that we are getting back. But then it's just not doing it. You see that, guys? It's not capturing the VNAV path. And it is then doing what it thinks we should be doing. Speeding up, and that might be due to the speed. So let's roll the speed down to 280. Okay, I'm gonna do open speed from now on, because we need to get back on the VNAV path, and I think the auto thrust is what's causing the problem. See, we are now coming to the VNAV path. Oh, Modo 45, looks like you also know some German. When I let go of the speed brakes, we are losing the VNAV path. Ah, I see now. We'll probably need to slow down to get back on VNAV path. Yep, we have 13 miles left and we need to lose 13,000 feet, so I'm gonna slow down to 250 and keep descending. And see where it looks like we are going to miss that restriction and not meet that restriction, guys. Because we can, for some reason, we cannot get back on the VNAV path. It doesn't matter how much speed brake I apply and what the aircraft wants to do. It doesn't follow that. So if I speed up, maybe it will help with the descent rate. No, it will not. There's something off here. Because when I apply speed brakes, everything goes crazy. And we are losing the VNAV path. And we are almost there. So, not sure. We are now trying to get back on the VNAV path. This is what I'm worried about. That needs to stay in the middle. Transition should be 5,000 Koshik. Alright. We will miss the first restriction on our star, which was 7,000 or below. There is no way we will make it. So that means VNAV is still a little bit bugged and not working as expected. But looks like now we are on the VNAV path, and we should see the aircraft meeting the next restriction, which then we need to slow down when we are getting close to 10,000 to get below 250, or rather 240, which was a speed restriction on our star as well. So that makes me worried about the landing. And we are into the clouds. Transition waypoint is Kusur, Kilo Uniform Sierra Uniform Romeo, Koshik. Let's slow down slowly to get to 240 knots. Okay, and let's help the aircraft with some speed brakes so that we don't lose the VNAV path. All right. We are down to 250 now. We are still on VNAV path somehow. Yeah, ILS 19 Zulu, correct. Alright, and eventually we need to get down to 240 for the restriction on our next waypoint, which is Kusur. So we'll slow down to 240 right now without worrying about it too much and before it's too late. And we'll just do this. Probably because of the restriction model. There is a 6000 restriction, I believe, on the star. If I'm not mistaken, let me check that real quick and let you know. Yep, there is a 5000 or above restriction at Kusur. So that's probably why it's not descending. And there is a 240 knots restriction as well. So we are 24 miles away from Kusur. We should make it to that restriction. I'm just applying slightly, I'm touching the speed brakes to help with the descent and not lose the descent path and stay on there. But somehow it's throwing off the descent rate time to time, so this still requires some polishing. Getting close to 10,000, so I'm ready to turn the landing lights on again, and we will activate the approach mode when we make that turn and when we are here at this waypoint. I can't read it well enough, but it should be Exynyl. Okay, so when we get there, we will activate the approach mode and then start thinking about the flaps and everything else. And we need to slow down too. Our approach speed was 161, if you guys remember from the performance page. Okay, so it looks like we are holding the VNAV path right now, and this might have happened because I missed the top of descent, so let me not just blame the aircraft. 10,500, let's just go landing lights to on, and let's turn the passenger signs, or the seat belts rather. Oh, it won't descend in time. Well, no, I'm not sure. CJ4 is usually great at descending very perfectly, so maybe, I'm not sure. Passing 10,000, that's good. Everything looks okay now. Let's decrease the range one more time. Go to 20-mile range, maybe even 10 shortly. And we are almost nearing to the end of our flight, and we'll see how the landing will go. We'll keep 240 knots for now. Let's do brakes 3 for landing. I haven't checked how long the runway is. Let's see. Runway 19 is 1500, almost 1600 meters long, so I think we need to brake a little bit hard. Excuse me. Brakes, auto brakes 3 should be fine, or we can even try auto brakes 4 just to be on the safe side. Speed brakes are already armed. We need to maintain 240, and I will just adjust the speed by using speed brakes, because that's the restriction we have. Alright, looks like it's working now, but we lost the winner path again. It's coming up nicely, so that tells me this still requires some work before we can call this works as expected. So far we were able to manage. Let's go to 10-mile range. Let's see if we can bring the terrain up, because I'm not interested in weather anymore. We see how the weather looks like, and it's just this IFR conditions, cloudy and no visibility at all. Hopefully we will get visibility when we are at our minimums. And there's this 5,000 or above, so hopefully it will keep that in there and do not descend below 5,000. So I'm not sure how it is going and calculating this VNAV path, because that tells me it's not doing a decent job. Oh, it could be Modo 45. It could be, because mine is not doing great as well. Oh, that might be true too. See, it's just jumping back and forth and trying to get back on the VNAV path. I'm not sure why. So we'll just slow down to 220 knots here, because we are getting ready to deploy flaps for our landing. And we are not too far away. So hopefully we will get down to 2800 on time. Okay, that's the radio altimeter. Don't see the terrain at all, but we are making the turn, which tells me that we are ready to engage the approach mode. Alright. And all of a sudden, the aircraft decided to take a nosedive, as you see. Speed is going up, and oh, see that mountain range right there? We are very close. I didn't expect this. Interesting. Am I too low? Can't see anything. I hope we don't crash. Oh, that's the sea. Okay. Now we should hold the altitude, but we are not holding the altitude. This is not looking good. We need to get... Okay, looks like it's trying to get back on the altitude. That's good. Alright. Looks like we are good now. I see the airport lights flashing there. And why are you climbing? This is what I don't like, guys. See that? We are now back on a stupid altitude, and then it's just diving again. So I probably need to switch out of VNAV and then do this, because it's not acceptable. It's not gonna do anything. Alright, so we'll just hold. Okay, 2800. And the puppies are showing that I am not there because of this. Okay, now it makes sense. I didn't switch to the local altimeter. Haha. Because of this dealing with VNAV. So let's go flaps 1 and drop the speed to 210. Or rather 200. And we will go flaps 5 in a second. We will drop the gear. And I don't know if we will capture the glide slope or not, because looks like we are... Let's slow down to our approach speed, and I will just manage this manually. Otherwise we won't be able to land. We are coming in too high. Why are you holding the altitude? Alright guys, this turns to a go around. Alright, we'll just turn around, get back to 2800. Okay, deactivate the approach. We need to turn around, but this is not gonna work good. Okay, so we'll increase the speed, retract the landing gear, retract the flaps, and we are just going to turn around and go back. It's lagging. Hold on, give me a sec. Alright, yep, I am seeing that too here. I'm not sure what has changed because I haven't charged the settings, but not sure why it's lagging. We'll turn around like this and go parallel, and we'll come back. Hopefully it will fix itself and not lag again. I'm sorry about that. It might be due to weather and clouds too. So, but we will turn around, guys. And the speed, as you see, is just more than I am setting here. We'll keep 210 knots. Alright. Yep. Okay. We will use this. We'll keep 210 knots as our speed. And we will turn around to intercept the localizer. Okay. Because the VNAV didn't work. So we'll try to land again here in a little bit. Let me increase the range to see a little bit better. So we need to go fly like that and get back on course. Alright, no problems. We'll do this just a little bit longer. So I don't know what happened, but we now made it very hard for us to land. It was too high and the speed was jumping around, so I don't know what went wrong. We will follow this heading and then turn around after passing that waypoint a little bit here, so that's enough distance for us to make the turn and activate the approach mode and land. So let's go down on the range and we'll see how everything plays out. I'm gonna check one thing. Arrival, ILS 92, ILS is tuned, and our final approach course for the ILS. Let's see that real quick while the aircraft is doing its thing. 189. Let's plug that in there. And let's see if our radio is tuned for the ILS. It should be automatic, but I'm not sure. All right. Turn the VOR left on to see a little bit better if we can. And I think it's time for us to make the turn. Okay, that looks good. So you can see everybody upon landing. Yeah, I think the frames corrected themselves, so it shouldn't lag no more. So we're making the turn, and we'll make another turn to 189 to our final approach course. That's Koshik right there in front of us. So we are trying to get back on track. And intercept that flight path into the runway. Yep, this is fun. It didn't work as intended, so almost there. Almost there. We'll turn to 189er and then activate the approach mode after the turn. Or maybe just go to localizer mode to intercept the localizer. Just a little bit more, guys. Sorry about that. Problem with the approach and everything. Alright, let's try the localizer mode and see what happens here. If we will capture the localizer when we get closer, just a little bit more. And our flaps setting is at, I believe, flaps, what, 5? I can't see well. Yep, flaps 5, that's cool, that's okay. We'll slow down to 190 now to ease the turn. And then go flaps 10. Let's slow down to 180, 175. I am joining from the opposite side of Kusur. I am just doing what I think I should do, Koshik, after that problem I had. So let's turn the localizer mode on. And the aircraft should start turning, but it is not doing it. So 189. We'll go to that heading. That's good. Oh, jumpy. Oh, we'll go L now. So it's showing heading hold, but it's not showing localizer as captured. I'm not sure what's wrong here. We will slow down. If I have to do it, I will land manually because we started climbing again. I don't know why. As soon as I hit the approach mode, we started climbing. So I'll just push the nose down, and I'll probably have to land this manually myself, guys. It's not looking good. Let's turn off L now. Let's try to stay at the approach mode, but looks like we are not going to capture. So we'll go down, trim the nose down, and we should be seeing the airport shortly, at least the lights. I don't know what's going on here. I don't see the annunciation. Glide slope is there, but I'm not sure if we are going to even capture that. Nope, we should start. Let's turn the autopilot off. Alright, my plane. I'm gonna land this thing myself. Gear is coming down. It's jumpy. I'm trying to get back to where we need to be at. And it's still too high, so I need to dive a little bit. I know this is not going to look great. Okay. But WinAV screwed us, I guess. That's fair to say. We are too high still. Look at that. And that's a short runway for this aircraft. I'm not sure if we can get back on the track and land this thing. But I'll try. I will try. It's not looking great though. Yep, looks like another go around, guys. Alright, let's do this. And turn around one more time. And looks like autopilot is still in place, so I'm not sure. I'll increase the range and use the MFD to turn around and get back. Oh my gosh, so much frustration, I guess. Yep, we'll turn around. We'll turn around and land ourselves. Okay. It's gonna be another minute. But looks like it's not gonna do an ILS, so this is going to be a visual approach. Autopilot is still like climbing. And I have the autopilot turned off, as you see here. Everything is turned off, but I'm not sure why it's not letting me to control the aircraft. That's so bizarre. It's probably this. Okay, I'm gonna control the throttle myself. And we will get back on the path to land. Alright, so sorry about this, but this needs to happen. I don't wanna climb. I don't wanna descend. I wanna hold the altitude until I get there. And this time we are doing a visual, guys. Alright, I think I managed to... And looks like still the autopilot is in effect. All these lights, I can't turn them off. I will change this. Because I can't understand why this aircraft keeps climbing when I'm trying to descend. Alright, very frustrating for me, to be honest with you guys. I don't remember a time where I tried to land twice and missed it. Okay, I know this is not too much fun, and I apologize, but looks like the development version of the Salty mod is still not at its best. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Alright, I'll try to level off at 2300. We are above the sea. We shouldn't have any problems. And everything is set, and we will just go and land like this. I'm just trying to trim and lift the nose so that we don't descend more, because the aircraft wants to this time. That's it. Alright. This is better. I don't want you to climb. Stop climbing. Oh my gosh, this is super frustrating, guys. I literally have to command the aircraft and force it to stay level. Trim is not working. Okay, it's pitching up and trying to get back to 2800. Feels like there's something stuck in the code and it's just trying to follow the autopilot with the last settings. That is super bizarre. Okay. You made it? Hopefully I will make it too without crashing, Modo 45. If we crash, we crash. I'm gonna try to land the aircraft by all means this time. I'm not doing a third go around. Thanks to autopilot screwing us. I am just sweating here, believe me. Don't climb, don't climb. I don't want you to climb. It's not accepting any input, like not the trim, not anything. It wants to just do what it wants to do. And I have to force it. Alright, finally. You are just staying level? No, you don't want to, right? Okay, let's see if we can get back on track and land this thing. I'm just making that turn to runway and trying to control the throttle and everything myself, but there's something just overriding what I'm trying to do. There is something that's stuck and I don't know which one it is. These lights, they shouldn't be on. And they are. Okay, let's make the turn. Keep the nose up so that we don't descend very rapidly. And try to line with the runway. And hopefully this time land at least. So... Oh, Josh, welcome to the stream. Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for the nice comment. It's just... I wish it was designed a little bit better. And, you know... Now I started to see the lights. Thanks for the nice comment about the MCDU. Yeah, I'm trying to force this aircraft to land, which it's not wanting to. So, and trying to align with the runway. If I see the lights, I think it's there. Okay, that's the airport. I see it now. Hopefully this time we will be able to land, guys. Trying to see the puppies, but looks like I am low this time. Let's turn. Oh, mine will be a Ryanair landing too, Modo. Believe me. With all this frustration I am having and the aircraft not wanting to descend, it's going to be a Ryanair landing. That's for sure. Okay, the puppies, one white I see. Looks like it's looking good now. We are holding the speed and getting on the course, hopefully. I need to correct myself. Okay, two puppies, two white, two red. That means we need to start thinking about descending a little bit more and to stay on the puppies. So 1000 call out is checked. And let's make this turn and get back on the runway heading 189. I believe we are a little bit high, but I think from here I can manage this. It might not be the perfect landing, but I am trying to get us safely on the ground. Alright. Okay, 400 is checked, and there is not enough runway to float the aircraft. Alright, cut the throttles. And this is a bad landing. This is not the ideal one. And let's slam the brakes. Oh no! Oh, almost ended up in the water. Believe me, almost ended up in the water. Whew. Okay, let's do a couple things I forgot because of that stress. Let's turn off the landing lights and strobe. And let's go and find a parking spot. See mine? I was almost on the other way, about to enter the water. Ah, the autopilot didn't want to go. Let it go. Sorry, not the best landing, but safe landing at least. Yeah, thank you, Falcon Lover. I tried. After 2 go-arounds. It wasn't the best landing I made, but short runway, big aircraft, systems not following my directions, so a lot of stuff. Do we have a terminal building in here or no? Let me see. Oh, we do have some buildings, okay. Is it? And then why I don't see anything? Interesting. We probably have to go that way and follow Modo 45. I don't know where the parking spots are. I don't see any single building around. So, not sure where the gates are. Let's stop here for a second and jump outside and try to see if we can locate a parking spot. Well, looks like there isn't any, guys. So this aircraft is lacking the terminal buildings. Oh, their airport is lacking the terminal buildings. That's too bad. But yeah, I don't see anything. So we might have to, like, you know, swing to the right and end the stream here, because I don't see a terminal building. So I'll just turn to here and pretend like that's a parking spot right there. And we are a car, right? So I'll just stop here because there are no buildings. And what happens? Ha ha ha! Microsoft Flight Simulator thinks I crashed and collided with an object. Okay, I'm not gonna restart this. Let's go to main menu. I had enough stress with this stream, I guess. But yeah, sorry guys, I won't be able to go in there and take a look at all of you. Sim thinks that I decided to Sims thinks that I crashed into something. Alright, I think this is time to say goodbye, but did I forget to ask the second question? I think I did, right? So let's just do that before we close the stream. Let me go back. Because of all that stress and everything, I forgot the question. Sorry. Okay, this is going to be about Iceland. Alright? Yeah, Modo 45, I looked but I didn't see anything, so I might as well spawn in there and see what it shows us. There it is. And it shows a lot of parking spots, as you see here from the satellite imagery. But I don't think any of that parking places are designed or made for a 747. But let's just do this, and then I will ask the question while we are in the simulator, okay? It's gonna be a second until it loads. Ah, man. Looks like I'm not flying the 747 with the salty mud until the development version is good enough. I'll probably switch back to the stable 0.4.0, which doesn't have VNAV. So let's change the time a little bit and look at this. Now we have buildings, which we didn't see when we first came here. And my wing is in a warehouse. How convenient for us. And there is the terminal building right there. So nothing was visible. If you guys realized, it wasn't rendered. So let me go and come next to you guys, or I'll just leave it here and use the drone camera. I'll try the ATC one more time, Sharik, next time. I wasn't using it because it wasn't working well enough, but people say it's improved, so let's come over here. Alright, there you guys are. So, it's time for the question. Are you guys ready? The person who answers this will decide our next destination. I didn't do this on time, so sorry about that, but it was a lot of confusion. So here comes the question, guys. What is the name of Iceland's main road around the island? What is the name of Iceland's main road around the island? So who answers this question correctly will decide our next destination. Okay? Just waiting on you guys to see the answers here. What is the name of Iceland's main road around the island? Yeah, it's okay, Modo 45. I was back in the menu too. But yeah. No, it's not Ice Road. It goes around the island. Like it goes around the coast. I think in a circle, so it has a name. Anyone else has a guess? Moto 45? Any second guesses about what it is called? Joseph Yakum says Ring Road. Yes, Ring Road is the correct answer. Correct. Moto 45, you are the second one answering correctly as well. So now I need from you guys to let me know where we are going next time. We are in Iceland, and the next destination can be across the pond towards United States, towards Greenland, or back towards Russia side maybe, or Africa. I don't know, but we will be flying the CRJ 700, so that aircraft doesn't have a huge range. Oh, Joseph lets Moto 45 decide. How nice of you. Moto, it's your turn, buddy. And I probably know your answer, but let's hear it from you. Moscow from Iceland. Let me take a look. Let me see how long it is from there to there. Let's see. That's almost a 5-hour flight to Moscow. I would say, yeah, CJ4 cannot fly to Moscow. Not CJ4, CRJ 700 cannot fly to Moscow from Iceland. It needs a bigger aircraft. That's a 5-hour flight. Yeah, we will take off from Iceland. Next destination. So Moto 45 says St. John's, Newfoundland, which is across the pond from Iceland towards Greenland and Canada. Not Greenland, past Greenland. It's the coast of Canada, I believe. Newfoundland. So that might, if you guys agree on that, that is a 3-hour 20-minute flight in the next one to cross the pond and make our way into the United States or North America and Canada. I'm sorry, United States and Canada, the entire North America. If you want to go there, St. John's is a good waypoint to start it, and fly in the US. Yep, furthest point of North America. And Joseph says that sounds good. Moto 45, are you okay with that as well? I think we can call this a joint decision between you two. To St. John's is our next destination. Fair enough, I guess. All right, then it is I think decided now. Yep, we have been in the Europe since start, and I think it's decided that our next waypoint or next destination is St. John's in North America, Newfoundland. Alright guys, thanks for joining me today in today's stream. It was a fun stream for me. I enjoyed it, except that last part where the aircraft didn't want to follow any commands. We landed and then probably we just crashed into one of the buildings that wasn't rendered on my screen at the end, which then simulator thought I crashed into something. But thanks for joining me on this Sunday. I wish everybody a good day for the rest of the day, and I will be seeing you in the next stream. Take care. Thank you very much, Star Wars Infinite. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Take care. Oh my gosh, Modo 45. My generous friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that 5 Canadian dollars. So let's see if we can see the alert. Ah, thank you very much. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut it here. And I have some stuff to do, and my son is waiting at the door to play Fortnite. So I wish you a good Sunday for the rest of the day. Take care and see you in the next one.